Damn, heard it's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Plug pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gonna get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision, I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing, I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston. We get the damn, heard it's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Plug pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gonna get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision, I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing, I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the El Nino Podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. So we back for another Monday. It's been a long week, man. I've been putting in a lot of work. We got a lot going on. Putting together this expungement fair for May 20th, and we're gonna have another one in September 20th. So we're gonna make the flyers tomorrow, so we'll be distributing them to all businesses and everywhere in the community, so you guys can come take advantage of this opportunity and get you a fresh start. They got a new criteria, so if you meet the criteria, come on in, man. It's worth it. But yeah, it's been a good week, man. Today we got some sunshine. I know it's a little cold, but still that sunshine to trick you. By tomorrow, everybody knows gonna be running. Everybody out in t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. But that just lets me know, man, that we're getting closer to closer, man. You know what I'm saying? To some sunshine. And but today, man, I got some special guests, man. I met them. We've been building a bridge, and I support them. Got much love and respect for them. They out here doing their thing, and they both gonna share their story, man. But let me introduce you guys to RELL and VEE. Yeah.
What's up? I'm RELL to the barber industry and to all my clients who need that fresh haircut. I'm blended by RELL. But
okay, then I ain't know you had that in your arsenal of talents, man. You cut hair too. Okay.
Yeah, definitely multifaceted.
Jimmy the barber, watch your back, dog. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Come get blended by RELL, by the way. But yeah.
So RELL, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me where you from.
Man,
what it is and what it ain't.
Well, what it is off rip, it's SOULOLOGY.club for sure. We always pushing that good energy, keeping that high vibe all day, every day. But, just everyday guy, man, from the east side of Detroit, born and raised, 7 Mile, from that way.
Yeah, 7 Mile, baby.
From that way, you already know it. Just a guy, man, a grinder, man, straight certified grinder, man, out to always get it and just keep pushing for something better, man. Self-improvement is like my best friend, for real.
Did you have siblings growing up?
Absolutely, come from like a single parent household, man. Mom's did her best, you know what I'm saying? 3 sisters, really was like the man of the house at a real early age.
Okay.
So kind of like, the responsibility, the accountability, I kind of grew into that, you know what I'm saying? And I got comfortable with it. But I always, had a lot of struggles. Just like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Found myself getting off into that world on the wrong side of the law, and, that don't always end too well, you know what I'm saying? Found myself in a situation where I was able to tap into myself and, find myself and better myself, you know what I'm saying? In turn,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's how,
That's dope because a lot of people don't ever reach that point in their life.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't ever get that experience, you know what I'm saying, of
Definitely.
evolving, growing, learning, being enlightened, you know, being inspired, but truly though, you know what I mean?
Truly, yeah.
And I'm talking about spiritual enlightenment.
Absolutely.
You know, I ain't talking about how we eat with our eyes and we feed the flesh and all that. I'm talking about that real growth, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That God-given growth.
Absolutely. That God-given growth, that self-awareness.
We all responsible for our spirits. The same way we responsible for our minds and what we put into it, you know?
Definitely.
V, it's on you. Let them know who you are, where you from, what it is, and what it ain't.
Hi, I'm V. I'm from Singapore, all the way in Asia.
What?
Yeah. Yep. It's, I've been in Detroit for about a year right now, and it's been beautiful with my husband. I come from a, two-parent household with a lovely older sister. My dad was a sailor, and I would really consider myself, a world traveler. I've been to lots of countries, lots of cities, and, I think that was something that I was inspired by my dad.
Everywhere.
Okay, that's dope. So because he was a sailor, that's like military, right?
He was a merchant sailor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. What is that?
I
gotta ask. I don't want to act like I know. I gotta ask.
Cargo vessels and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Did you ever get a chance to go on the water or go on any?
I actually did go on a cargo vessel. I remember vividly. I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had an overnight there, but we weren't allowed to sail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you, though?
Beautiful. My dad's late now, so that was a really good memory to have.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
And some of the questions I may ask you is not just for me, but it's for the people too. You know what I mean? But what language do they speak in Singapore?
I think a lot of people have like a very big misconception about Singapore because it sounds very Chinese. Just the name Singapore sounds Chinese, but we actually are taught in English and British English, I would say. But we do have other ethnicities over there. So we've got Chinese, Malay, and Indians over there. I would say more East Indians. Okay. And they speak Malay and Tamil over there as well.
So, religious-wise, what religion dominates like your country? Is it?
I would say Christianity and Buddhism.
Christianity and Buddhism. Okay.
Yeah.
So, were you raised with both in the house, or just with one, or how does that?
I was raised with both. Both my parents were Roman Catholics, so I was born and raised Roman Catholic.
All right. Okay. That's surprising to me. I thought because there's so many Muslims in so many different countries, even countries I never knew. Like people are like, we're predominantly Muslim.
But there are lots of Muslims there as well. So because we have the Malays that immigrated from Malaysia to Singapore. Well, actually not so much. So the Malays, I would say, are the people of the land. Mm-hmm. So we kind of tie in with Malaysia as well. So there are a lot of Muslims.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it. I ain't even got to go to Singapore. They said Singapore to Detroit.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Singapore to Detroit.
No doubt about it, man.
Worldwide with it.
Yeah, no doubt. So listen, they came, they broke bread, they brought gifts. You know what I'm saying? They got the candles.
That divine masculine joint right there.
Yeah, explain what this is, because it ain't just a candle that you get from Myers and come home and light up. Like it's got a certain, it's got a meaning. It's got, it's got some intention to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You want to get that one, or you want me? So our divine masculine candle, it's all about
I like that. You guys share the light. That's good
You
communication.
know what I'm saying?
Teamwork make the dream work.
Like she created them, she hand poured them.
I hand pour all
a
of
lot
my
of
candles,
our concepts, we come together with them. So for the divine masculinity candle, it's all about represent for that divine masculine energy, because this world now it's. That word masculine, man, get thrown under the bus. Actually, that word masculine it got a lot of different meanings nowadays. But the essence, divine masculine, only mean one thing, and that's what our candle represent. That's what that scent is all about. We had a divine feminine as well, but that got its own scent.
So the whole process in making this candle comes with a lot of thought. It's not just a hustle. It's not just a grind. It's not just throwing things together. Like there's intention. This is made with thought.
Absolutely. Intention.
With theory.
Absolutely.
With belief, with love.
And with lots of love.
Passion.
I mean, there's stones in here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got that lapis lazuli.
And
for
tiger's
healing,
eye.
and that tiger's
Yeah.
eye for protection. That added protection.
I love tiger.
Yeah.
You gotta protect that divine masculine energy because it's getting it's a threat to the divine masculine energy right now in the world. And that's a real
Yeah.
that's in a real way, you know. And I don't know why, but
And-
that's what's going on.
And the whole concept behind it is that if you actually look at all our labels, every single candle has an affirmation on them.
Yeah.
So with intention candles itself, what we want you to do is really recite the affirmation as you light the candle every time.
So, like, what happens to the rocks? Because I'm like, the rocks are pretty as hell. Like,
the crystals,
They melt
I'm
with
like,
it.
do I pick them out? Do I burn them? What do I do?
Yeah. So after you burn your candle, actually, you know, you burn a candle, you're supposed to set an intention. Our candles are,
Yeah.
you know, infused with high vibe, good energy, all about self-awareness. So when you light that candle, you know, you set your intention. When that candle burns and you get that good, nice aroma filling up wherever you are, you could keep those crystals. You can kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
You
they
can
carry good energy as well.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
I mean, they from the earth. They got to have some type of power in them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You just got to be smart enough to know how much we're connected to the universe. 'Cause I'm talking about earth, wind, and fire, baby.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
real.
Everything is
know it.
energy.
Yeah, absolutely,
energy.
man. And
Definitely.
you learn that, you know, especially if you've been living in an environment, you know, with me where I come from, everybody miserable as hell. So you
Man.
got to pretty much fight for your peace. And
Man.
even though it don't make sense, like how can you fight for peace? How can you have peace if you're fighting? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's because I got to build boundaries, baby. I got to build barriers. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because negative energy is just as strong as positive energy, man. And you know
Man.
what? A lot of people lean towards negative energy because it's
Definitely.
easier.
It's
you know what I'm
easier.
saying?
Yeah, it's
Being
easy.
positive isn't always popular.
That's,
Yeah.
the,
what I
that's
mean?
the high road for sure. The positive road is the high road, but it's the best road.
Being humble,
Humble,
walking
yeah.
away from things, not wanting, you know, that eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Like that was the shit I was raised on.
Yeah.
Right.
But it didn't serve me no justice. It didn't do nothing for me
Yeah.
spiritually. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
I think ultimately being self-aware. You know, I think a lot of people lack self-awareness to begin with.
Man.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that's why that's how our brand came about. I mean, you know, Terrell of course has his own interest with astrology, and I'm a certified crystal healer as well. So you know, we kind of like
you certified in this shit. I'm the same. I'm a Sama Maku. Yeah.
So you know, with both of our you know passions come together, and you know having the you know knowing that self-awareness is something that people are lacking today. It's something we just want to really promote and you know.
And I talk about it all the time that we live in a society that feeds the flesh and doesn't feed the spirit.
Man,
Yeah.
I said it's like having a
Say
brand
that.
new Cadillac with no gas in it.
With
You,
no
know?
gas.
You look good, but you ain't going nowhere
going
because you ain't
nowhere.
got nothing in you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
There's so many people, they eat with their eyes, they feed the flesh, they do
Absolutely.
everything that gets the attention, the things that,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? But it's the inside that really counts.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna lie, like because soulology, like catering to the soul, that's all that flesh and all that. But not only is everything important in moderation, but you can never forget about the intangibles. It's all about what you don't see.
Listen,
Yeah.
the flesh is going to manifest itself through the spirit. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Absolutely.
When that spirit is
heavy.
in tune
Yes.
with the universe, the flesh gonna come alive.
Absolutely.
You know how people say you
Right.
glowing, damn bro, you
Yeah.
look good, boy.
Say,
That's
yeah.
that spirit
That's
in me,
that
baby.
spirit, That's that
Yeah.
good vibe.
You know
man,
what I'm
all
saying?
that.
That's some shit money can't buy.
Money can't buy
Definitely.
that at all.
You know?
Yeah.
So get hit, man, because we
Yeah.
wealthy, man. You just
We
got to
wealthy.
cultivate
Yeah.
it the same way you chasing that bag and
The same
chasing
way.
that bread, however you doing it, man.
Yeah.
Chase that spirit, man.
It's
You know what
also a
I'm saying?
mindset.
Absolutely.
You know?
I was just about to say that.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
wealth ain't about money.
Yeah, it
wealth
is
is so
not.
much more than money. You know,
It's a mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for real, because I don't got no money like that, but I feel
Right.
rich
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
every day. I feel
yeah.
like a king.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel very rich. I feel like I have blessings and gifts that cannot be bought. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
And I always try to maximize my potential in everything that I do.
Yeah.
And everything that I do, it always starts with the spirit. It always
sure.
starts with me being tapped in with the universe.
Right.
sure.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, people may look at it like, you know, oh, that's some artificial shit. It's not.
It is
this
not.
shit is real.
It's real.
Yeah.
When I'm hurting, when I need some healing, when I need some mental space, I go to the water, to the riverfront. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Man.
And being around masses of water,
Yeah.
like I feel
It
cleansed.
actually
Right.
calms
I feel
the body.
replenished.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's the universe.
Absolutely.
You know
It's the
what I mean?
universe, man.
That's
It puts
a
the mind
at
connection
ease.
that only the universe can provide.
Absolutely. That's one of the great ways of healing too. I don't think people recognize like the natural resources and elements that we have are actually meant for healing.
Yeah.
All
Even
natural
these
things
crystals,
have healing properties. Yeah.
all of them have got healing properties as well. So, if you actually were to study and, understand, you can actually use crystals to help you heal.
Well, there's minerals in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
real minerals.
Minerals
There's
from
real
the earth,
medicine.
yeah.
Just like the Native Americans, they got sweetgrass. They
Yeah.
got, lavenders. They use a lot of herbs from the earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they utilize it to smudge, you know what I'm saying? To cast away bad spirits, to cleanse your own spirit. Like, and there was no religion. It was not religious. It was all spirituality. It was about being in tune with all the elements that exist in life and recognizing that all the elements that exist in the universe exist inside of us as well.
Say it again.
Oh yeah, we carry sage and powder.
We carry
plants
sage.
as
We
well.
supposed to have the sage here with us.
I bought some last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I bought some. I bought some
Soulology
sage, 2 sticks.
yeah.
I said, what? I
Absolutely.
got to have that.
Absolutely.
So listen, man, it's very attractive.
Thank you.
Your logo.
Thank you.
Your logo is attractive to the
Yeah.
eye.
Right.
Everybody's like, damn, that looks cool.
Yeah.
What does it mean, man?
Well, that was a design, but it represents self-awareness. It represents infinite energy, you know what I'm saying? Good energy, high vibrations. When you look at that logo, it's supposed to represent all things good, all things on a high vibe, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about self-awareness.
Listen, that's the most important awareness to
Absolutely.
have in life. Because once you get to figure out yourself, everything else start to make sense to you.
Yeah.
Once I started
Yeah.
discovering things about me, and I'm talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Got
You know
easy
what I'm
after
saying?
that.
Your strengths,
Yeah.
your weaknesses. You got to
Yeah.
come face to face with that. Your fears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your trauma.
Yeah.
You got to take that shit head on. For
real.
Yeah.
Like you got to look at yourself in the mirror and not just
First.
look at yourself,
Yes.
not look at the flesh, but look inside yourself.
That's correct.
And tell me what you see.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And if you don't see the person that you proud of and you want to be, then you got work to do.
You got a lot of work
I
to
think
do.
recognizing your flaws, those kind of things that's so important because it kind of helps you build your pathway to actually find who you really are as well.
Yeah.
If you don't acknowledge your flaws, you can never grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like you got guys, they can tell you about everybody else's business,
Yeah.
tell you about everybody else's life,
Right.
but can't tell you shit about
About theirs,
themselves
yeah.
You're looking at the
because
man
they
in the
don't even
mirror.
know themselves.
Yes.
A lot of
Right.
people are creating themselves and taking pieces out of everybody else. Like when I was younger,
Yeah.
that's what gives you an identity.
Yeah.
You encounter, engage with different people.
Yeah.
I like her idea. Oh, I
Right.
like his idea. I like that. I like the way he draw. I like the way they talk.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you try to recreate yourself, but it's not you. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Like, become who you are. Embrace
you
your
are.
own interests. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Embrace your own differentiality.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's valuable. We different for a reason.
Absolutely. I want to touch on what you just said, though. I think that's a major key, what you just said. Even taking pay, because I know I used to do that as a youngster coming up, not really having no role model, no father figure, getting off into the, the street aspect, coming from a rough environment I grew up in, right? I would find myself taking pages out of people's book. But as I got older and matured and was more comfortable and confident in who I was when I found myself, I started to realize, like, you know what? Those are their pages, but I still can look at somebody and admire and learn from them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a big part
Definitely.
of bridging the gap.
That's what
nowadays.
inspired me to do my podcast
Right.
because,
Yeah.
like, the world is full of people and opinions and discrimination
Oh,
and
yeah, for
stereotypes and biasness and
Yeah.
races and prejudice and
Right.
on and on and on.
Yeah.
Because people they're entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
Everybody see things different. Everybody
Yeah.
looks at life and people, places and things from a whole different perspective and an
Yeah.
angle.
Absolutely.
And I think with our brand, because we tap into a lot with, metaphysics and astrology, it is something that not everyone is receptive to. So
Yeah.
we always get like opinions and like comments and like all the time, Yeah.
But expect that.
Yeah.
Expect
Yeah, for
that.
sure.
And I got to say that too. So I always, saying everything I say it with my chest, especially when it comes to Soulology.club, because I didn't put in the work, man. I've been studying astrology for over 10 years. So when I create my content, when I say what I say, I have an opinion and perspective from a place of study, from a place of research, from a place of real observation. And, to each his own. There's nothing wrong with nobody else's opinion or perspective. But I'm not saying what I'm saying based off of a simple thought. I'm saying it off of, some experience behind it.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and not saying it's a lot more to learn with astrology, self-awareness, what I'm saying, manifestations, demonstrations, and the likes of it. But, I do believe that it's all part of, that next level of self-awareness. To just with me, like I didn't put the work in and still putting the work in.
Yeah.
Man, listen, it's a lifetime.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
takes a lifetime. It
Absolutely.
really does. Like
Okay.
you always gonna be putting the work in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, some days it's gonna be harder than others. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the goal ultimately is to be able to be in cruise control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you can
Real.
get in cruise control, and then just, because you got to be a point. Like I was telling the guy, like, I don't want to struggle. I've been struggling my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
My whole life I've been struggling, and watch my family struggle. Like I feel like because I've taken a whole different direction in life.
Yeah.
I made a whole 180 transition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I deserve peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I deserve unconditional love.
Definitely.
You do.
I deserve blessings and all the things that are good. I deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I was doing the wrong thing,
Yeah.
I got everything I
Right.
deserved. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
But now I'm doing the right thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is the true essence of who I am. I want what I deserve for that as well.
Absolutely.
And that's
You
an
know?
act of declaration.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
I declare it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
declare it with my heart and my soul and my spirit.
Absolutely.
Come
Yeah.
on with it.
Yes.
Which is a big part of manifesting.
Yeah.
I like what you said about, deserving. I think a lot of times when we on a journey, what I'm saying, especially with self-awareness, like, we all deserving of, like you said, that love, the blessings. We all deserve the desires of our heart, but we have to know that. We have to start somewhere with knowing, like, I do deserve this. And I
Yeah.
think that's the first step in getting to what you deserve. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got to know it first.
Yeah.
You got to understand and believe, like, I deserve this.
Yeah.
I deserve to win.
Oh,
But it's
sure.
just a lot of people that don't know what they got.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's a lot of people, including myself, who was once upon a time just a product of my environment.
Yeah.
Right.
I let society, I fulfilled the stereotype that society had about me and my people and
Yeah.
my community.
Yeah. You and me both.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
became a clear product, gangs, drugs,
Yeah.
violence, I became all that. And it was normal to me. I never
Yeah.
knew I was doing anything wrong because
Right.
I was always taught only the strong survive by all means necessary. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And so that's how I lived.
Yeah.
And then I got caught. I was in prison. I got caught with a knife.
Right.
And I ended up going to the hole for 2 months.
Right.
And I was going through a pattern, like every year or every 6 months I would go to the hole.
Right.
And I was like, damn, I was noticing like there was a pattern of this happening.
Mm.
And it was like my spirit needing space from the population because you
Right.
live in a hectic environment.
It's deep,
You're
yeah.
always around people on top of you, next to you, over you, around you, you
Man.
know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And my spirit would lash out and act out and put me in the hole where I could get some rest.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah.
So one day I was in the hole and they were coming by with the library book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I ain't into like reading like that. And I didn't like all the drama books and romance books. I said, let me get this Buddhist book.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I found this Buddhist book because I love life skill. I like things that are going to teach me something that's going to help me grow.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even prepared for what I was going to learn in this book. You know what I mean? And it taught us about how we are the number one perpetrators of grief. We cause our own grief
Right, yes.
through attachment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being attached
Yes,
to everything.
yes.
Your opinions, places,
Yeah.
things, people. And one of the first lessons I was taught when I went to prison is forget about your life outside of here.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. People don't know how to let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people walk through life carrying all this weight on them because they keep everything inside.
Right,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And they don't know how to release it in a positive manner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it was one of the most beautiful experiences that I had in my life, and it was in the hole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I was supposed to be suffering.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was deprived of everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I was still able to find a vessel.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was one, and from then on, it opened up my mind, it opened up my heart,
Yeah.
and I never stopped growing from that point on because it opened me up. Like,
Absolutely.
damn, I didn't realize how much power I had. Because, you know, people that come from urban communities, we so used to this, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how to be in touch. You know, I tell people, how can I dream big when everything around me is so small?
Man.
You know,
Yeah.
I work for Ceasefire Detroit, bro. I've been on the east side, go on the west side. I go, and bro, communities are dilapidated.
Man.
And you want to ask why
Super
people are
dilapidated.
shooting and killing each other. They ain't got shit to live for.
Exactly.
Ain't got shit to stand on. Where is the morality?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
We need to be taught them things.
Yeah, it's an eyesore, man. But you said something, man, that talk about that isolation. I believe like that was like my same journey, you know, finding myself
Yeah.
isolated from everything and just kind of like I shut down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that reading, man, like you
Yes.
said, exercising that mind, reading, and you finding something like I'm reading about places I've never been to, but through these authors, I'm reading these great books, whereas it's like I'm experiencing these places now. And when I understand, I'm like, wow, that's real self-awareness to me. And like, you know, just where we come from, you know, that's really so far.
Right.
But when we find ourselves in that position where we forced to sit down, either we gonna stay sitting down or we gonna start to look at ourselves. When we look at ourselves, we get to see something better. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to see the worst of it first. Then when you see something better, it's like, wait a minute, I don't have to be like this. Like I get to choose to feel like this. Or I get to choose to recreate myself or be who I want to be. And it's just like, you know, them books is amazing. Like reading truly is fundamental. Like
I loved it.
Yeah.
Man.
But it's about what you read.
absolutely,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Because I knew people, like, I'd ask them a question, and all their answers came from somebody else's idea, somebody else's opinion, somebody else's quote, somebody else's book.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, and they sound like they're reciting shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you're not
Yeah.
being genuine.
Right.
What is it that you think
that you
about?
think
Right.
absolutely.
Well, in this
Yeah.
book that I read, it said this, that, and you
Absolutely.
sound very
Right.
intelligent,
Like
but
a
you sound
parrot.
very, you sound very
Yeah.
rehearsed in this
Yeah.
shit. You know,
Yeah,
I want to
for
hear
sure.
a genuine answer, what you
Right.
truly think or feel. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So it is important, though, to not only read, because it's healthy for the mind, but what you read.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
what you read,
All
yeah.
about what you pour into
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you both mentioned isolation. The biggest problem, I think, is that a lot of people cannot be with
They
themselves.
scared of the dark.
They cannot be on their own.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I had gone through that change in my life, you know, when I was going through depression. You know, mine's a different story from you both because I came from a different environment.
Yeah.
You know, mine was through depression. I isolated myself on my own.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
That's what
Wow.
depression will do. It'll
Yeah.
shut you down mentally. It'll shut you down spiritually.
Yeah.
And you got to dig yourself up out of there.
That's
And you got to
correct.
dig deep to be able to
Yeah.
get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. But listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, so a guy asked me something the other day. We was talking about investing. Like, man, reading the books, man. I invest in crypto now. I invest in stocks. Like, it all come from these books. Like, in a lot of time when you read and try to comprehend, a lot of time I think from the environment we come from, people not even really trying. You
It's
know?
the application that's
Yeah,
important. You can read
yeah.
1,000 books, you can, you know, listen to 1,000 podcasts, but how are you applying that to your life?
Absolutely.
You know?
So when I was in prison, you know, it's a melting pot of people from many different
Yeah.
walks of life, many different
Yeah.
religions, all that good stuff. And I sat down with the guy, and you know, his family was very well off. I'm talking
Yeah.
about these guys are real estate guys, they're bankers, they're lawyers, they're
Right.
you know, crime doesn't discriminate, bro. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure. Yeah.
Prison don't discriminate. They lock
Right.
everybody up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I used to sit down because I wanted to know what is the difference between you and your people and your community and me and my. Why is it that you got all this and we ain't got shit? You know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean? And a lot of it comes from the values,
Yeah.
the morality, the standards, the quality of life, the education,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the intelligence, all these things. Like nobody, you know, raised me with work ethics. Nobody told me how important it was to graduate. Like nobody
Right.
taught us the importance of education.
Right.
Everything was about surviving. We're just trying to get
Absolutely.
through the day.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's why so many of us are financially illiterate, because we're only taught to live for the day. Because you know
Yeah.
tomorrow's never promised. So I
Right.
gotta live my life like this every day. I might die tomorrow. I
Yeah.
might go prison tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be able to think, or I didn't know nobody that had no goals.
Yeah.
Nobody had dreams. When I was in school, they asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Right.
Nobody was like, hey, I want to be a doctor, a police, or a fireman, or a lawyer. Like, everybody's like, dog, I want to be a gangster. I want to get money. I want to be a
Right.
hustler. Like, that's what we wanted to be, because those were the ones who were surviving,
Right.
you know?
Right.
For real.
So I had to go there. That's how far back I had to go, because I've been around this shit since childhood, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was taught about not snitching since I was 3, 4, 5 years old.
Yeah.
Don't never snitch. Don't tell. Don't talk to the police. Don't talk to the teachers. Don't talk to the principals. Don't ask to the doors. Don't repeat what adults say. Like, I was raised in the game. You know what I mean? So it was just natural for me to be a drug dealer and a gang member and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I moved to Chicago. I moved to East LA. So I'm learning
Right.
all
Right.
the bad shit, the
Culture.
gangs,
Right.
the drugs, the culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And I became that, but I realized that that's not who I am. I was indoctrinated. You know,
Yeah.
I was programmed
Right.
to think that this was the correct way of life, and I realized everybody don't live like this. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is successful people plan for the future.
Man.
Yep.
Everything they do, they save money for their kids to go to college, to
Yeah.
go to school, to educate them. They
Get
open
insurance.
up businesses, and then they
Yeah.
hand out them businesses to their
their
kids.
kids,
They
yeah.
teach you about, everything, you
absolutely.
know? And I'm like, damn, we never knew nothing. We only knew to survive, and by all means necessary. That's
Right.
The values, what you said, it's a different set of values, man. And coming up with certain values, underlying principles is intact with that. Like, you have, like, a lot of time nowadays I see it, like, the culture, like, we value a lot of material things, but we're not putting that same value on spiritual things and things that's, long lasting, things that have longevity, or even setting ourselves or our people up for the future. Like you just saying, like, a business, insurance, real estate, real assets, not just things that are passing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, so, and to be honest, like you said, I was listening to what you were saying, and it's crazy because I kind of wanted to go back a little bit talking about that when we read these books. I actually wrote a book, I started a book while I was in prison. Okay. And it's like being able to rewrite your own story. It's nothing like it, because you get to have a happy ending, even though it's still unfolding day by day, but you understand, okay, this chapter of my life, I wanted to be like this, and you live through certain values, and you get to see these pages unfold as you would see it, not worrying about what happened in the first 2 or 3 chapters.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no doubt about it, man.
So-
And that's where it begins. Once you start to love yourself,
Man.
Yeah.
see yourself,
Yeah.
respect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate yourself,
Yeah, it's so important.
you start to
Yes.
treat yourself better. You start to
sure.
value yourself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
And everything after that just manifests itself.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Just protecting your energy is so
Protecting the
important.
energy. Man, that's top
That is
tier.
like, yeah.
because you can have one person walk in the room
Yeah.
and kill the whole
Kill the
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah.
I knew people like that. Everybody, we could all be like, "What up?" This person walk in
Yeah.
there, it was like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, damn, like who wants to be that guy? You know what I mean?
Yes, energy vampires.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, because that's what they
They
do. They
drain
suck the
the
life out of you. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of them around.
Yes, a lot.
So during my transition, I had to learn all of that. You know, you start to be aware of the energy you have,
That's
and the energy other people
Absolutely.
have, how you protect your peace of mind, how you protect yourself from it. And you got to get up and go, man. You got to move, man. You got to be able to move around. Now, I know in prison it ain't always easy. You could have a negative ass bunkie, or a negative ass QB, or a negative ass officer, or a negative administration, and everything about that impacts you in one way or another. So that's how I learned how to be mentally conscious and how to be a critical thinker, because I had to be strategic. I'm all about survival. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to be strategic and learn how to move around everybody.
Right.
You know?
And the energy that you put out is usually the energy that you receive back.
Like attract like.
You know, so a lot of people want good stuff to happen to them. You know, they want to manifest great things, wealth, success, whatever. But they don't understand first that they're putting so much negativity, even through words.
Yeah.
You know, it's so important that you know, the type of words that you're using daily, the energy that you're putting into your environment, your life, the people around you. So how do you expect to receive all that goodness that, you know, God has to offer when you don't even, you know, pour positivity out?
Life and death lies in the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so there's like there's a curriculum that I facilitate to the youth, and you know, a part of it is called palabra. Palabra means words,
Right.
you know, and we teach how powerful words are, because you know, words can create war and they can bring about peace.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They can build you and they can break you.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? And so I teach youth, kids, how to be responsible for the words that they speak.
So
You know
important.
what I mean?
That's powerful.
So important.
How to be effective communicators with themselves, with the higher power, with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I wish I would have had that type of guidance.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like an expert sometimes, because nothing ever came easy for me.
Right.
Everything I learned came the hard way. It came through suffering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But ultimately, you know, once I was done with the suffering, I was able to see its purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it is your journey, and at the end of the day, it's only molded you into being who you are today. And I think a lot of people lack, you know, gratitude. You know, just having to, you know, it's not something that you want to be grateful for. You know, having all that struggles and all that, but it is your journey. So you know, you kind of like embrace that as well at the same time, and that's the only way that you can move forward.
Man, gratitude.
Yeah.
Say it again. Being
That is
grateful.
the gem right there.
Gratitude.
That's
Yeah.
the gem.
Man, I believe, like, I'm so grateful, man. I'm so grateful for life and for everything, man. You could cut that off. But like,
Somebody want a hoodie bad as
Man,
hell.
bad.
There's some candles or shit.
man, they trying to get hoodies.
Check out
They
the
trying
hoodies,
to
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That SOULOLOGY.club hoodie, man. Get that merch.
Sagittarius, boy.
And all that poetry is original poetry. I wrote that myself,
It's
man.
gonna tell you all about
It's
yourself.
gonna tell you
Yeah.
all about yourself, man.
This is dope.
Did
Yeah.
that poetry really resonate with you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 I think if you was gonna tell the truth, it would probably have to fill the whole sweater out.
Definitely.
You know, I can't be summed up in a few paragraphs. You know,
Right.
Nobody
the
can.
front and the back.
Nobody can. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Just surface level.
And
But
it's
that-
crazy how this started. You know, they
Yeah.
were vendors at the Fantasma Market at the DHDC,
Yeah.
which was starting back up this month. Every Friday, we're going to have the Fantasma Markets. You're going to be able to come and find all the local vendors, local performers, local everything. You know what I mean? But I seen you guys. I seen you
Yeah.
guys was posted up.
Yeah.
You guys had your whole thing set up. I
Yeah.
was like, damn. And then I seen the sign, the symbol. It like called me and talked to me.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
man,
for
we
sure.
go see what they talking about. Then I seen my Sagittarius. I said, yeah. And, you know, I was like, hey, man, would you guys like to come share your story on the podcast? You guys like, hell yeah, here we are.
We had
you know
to,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We had to,
Yeah.
man. And I just want to say much love, respect again, because like since day one, you've been supporting us, man,
Yeah.
and giving us mad love, man. And it's
Ain't
like,
no doubt, bro.
you know, as a small business owners, you know what I'm saying, with a brand like ours coming from Detroit, it resonates with a lot of people. It don't resonate with everybody yet, but
Yeah.
it should. And I'm sure
Yeah.
it will.
It will.
You know what I'm saying?
The longer that you around, the more people you meet.
Yeah,
You know, the more business you make.
Yeah.
Everybody that's seen this sweater, bro, loved
yeah.
it. You know
Yeah,
what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? It was like, man, that's dope. Where'd you get it? But see, that's why you got to be everywhere, because people are always looking for convenience.
for sure.
For sure.
You know what
But
I'm
we
saying?
in Novi now, 12 Oaks Mall, so
Mall,
y'all can pull
yeah.
up and get that merch. Get
What?
all of these
12
hoodies.
Oaks Mall?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get that manifesting in Detroit. That's that new piece right there.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's
Get the
hard.
candles.
Did you
know, we
bring
got
any of
some
them with
everybody-
you, man? If not, I'm going to have to
Man,
order
I
some,
did, man.
because them
I-
are cold,
Yeah.
man. For real, I love
Got our
that.
logo right here. Just manifesting in Detroit, man. Can't forget where we came from. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, as soon as I seen it, I said, bro, that's cold as hell,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, for sure, man. We got
From-
quite a few
yeah.
colors too for the spring. You know, it's getting real. the sun should be popping out and staying out pretty soon.
And that started out as an idea and manifested into a product
manifested into a product with
that's
just
going to
idea.
produce profit
Absolutely.
and
Amen.
promotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need a 2X.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we got
Yeah.
you for
Covered.
sure.
Yeah.
You covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
definitely.
love that, man.
Yeah.
But man, 12 Oaks, like, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
12
that's
Oaks
dope.
Mall.
How did
Yeah.
you guys,
Blessing.
you went from the, local vendor spot
I
to
know.
now you got your own store.
Yeah.
It's manifestation.
Manifested.
Let me
We
just put it out.
manifested it,
Manifested.
And and you got to put in work. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of
Because
work been
people
put
think
in.
I'm gonna sit here and think and wish and hope and
Yeah.
pray. All that is good,
Yeah.
but you still
Still
got to put in
Yeah,
work. You
faith
got to
without
put in
work
the
is
labor.
dead.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Absolutely.
And having a good work ethic. I think me and V, like, we grind. You know,
Yeah.
we grind 24/7. We like thorough grinders, man. We put in the work. We've been putting in a lot of work. Just everything and manifesting. You know, pushing forward, growing, just understanding. We serving our purpose, giving the people something that they actually need. This
Right.
is not something, and it's a lot of good brands, but I know our brand is going to be one that's going to be around for a very long time because we catering to the masses to help people get on the right track with self-awareness and always keeping that energy good and pushing the high vibe. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
No doubt about it, man. That's really dope, though.
Yeah.
You know, but I think everything is driven by purpose.
Oh,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Definitely.
You
Definitely.
guys are
Yeah.
a team.
Yeah.
You know, you guys respect each other. You guys
Yeah.
respect each other's ideas,
Yeah.
opinions, business.
Absolutely.
And you guys come together, and you guys are where you want to be. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
For
saying?
sure.
For
Like,
now,
yeah.
until the next level
Until the
comes.
next
you
level.
know?
Because our
Absolutely.
skill sets are so different,
Yeah.
and I think we kind of just, it's like a puzzle. We just,
We go good together.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly.
yeah. He's like, with the astrology and all that. I'm with the crystals, but I'm also a digital marketer by profession.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I've been, doing marketing for 15 years.
Yeah.
So, and he's got, he's
What
the-
does
he's-
marketing consist of?
Well, promotions, of course. What I specialize in definitely is just digital.
Okay.
So like
all right.
social media, email marketing, SEO, so on and so forth.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope.
And the design too. We got to
yeah, I
shout
do
out
all
the
the
design.
design
Like,
for our
like this
brand.
nice dope design up here. Like
Yeah.
she designed that. She designed her eye of design for me is unmatched. And just us being two creatives in like two different spaces. Like she do digital marketing, she do design.
Yeah.
I'm like more like the footwork guy, if you want to say that.
The
Like
grunt
Yeah.
worker. Yeah. You
I
put in the
network,
work.
I put things together. I like to build structures. I like to build foundation. It's like she add to it. So
Yeah.
we
He's
She
just
a
work.
navigator.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
navigates.
I'm the
and we-
behind the scenes
She
person.
like
He's
behind
the
scene. Yeah.
in front of the camera.
I be out there. I'm everywhere with it. I'm out
Yeah.
there.
like
Coming
my
to a
handsome
city
guy
near
over
you.
there, Brian Ruiz. He's the behind the scenes guy.
Yeah.
I said, anywhere you go, bro, you stand out, brother. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Definitely.
And that's crazy because we both came from two different lifestyles.
Yeah.
Two different upbringings, two different countries, cultures,
Yeah.
ethnicities. So it's
You can't
we're
deny
learning
the
every day.
connection.
Yeah.
You can't deny the connection. We just had chemistry off the back, and we've been growing every day. And I think I always say like we linked up when you know what I'm saying. She the female version of me. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I truly.
I was
believe,
about to
you know what I'm
say,
saying?
so many people
My
will-
better half now, but the female version of me all the same. you know?
all day long. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
For
dope.
sure.
And I tell people all the time that when you shake somebody's hand or you're introducing yourself to somebody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you are not just introducing flesh to flesh.
Yeah.
My spirit is greeting
Yeah.
your spirit.
Absolutely.
It's an energy
So I
exchange.
know
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
my spirit's gonna be okay with your spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So as you guys met each other in the flesh,
Yeah.
you guys were introduced in the spirit as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I'm sure that you guys both had to have a certain standard of spirituality,
For
you know what I'm
sure.
saying, to
Oh,
make
yes.
everything work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you guys got a lot of shit going on.
Man, a
And it's
lot.
going to require a lot of time, a lot of
Yeah.
energy, a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you
Yeah,
guys
it
are in it
does.
to win it.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys
Sure.
got purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I
Big
mean?
purpose.
Yeah.
And it's growing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
growing.
It
You know,
is, man.
I would say I manifested him into my life because, during the period in which I was, I actually have a piece of paper that, I kind of like wrote every single thing down that I wanted in a man. I've been through so many shit relationships.
Mhm.
I got to a
Right.
point where I was like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we actually connected on my birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Damn, that's
On my
powerful.
birthday,
Yeah.
Happy
So-
birthday, God. Look out for you. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
on my
saying?
birthday.
For
So
sure. Yeah.
yeah, you know, he
Yeah.
loved the things that I love. I'm into astrology, you know, metaphysics, poetry, and all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how we met.
That's a true connection,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
you
true.
know what I
And
mean?
I just knew it was a vibe, like, cause I'm different. I've been different my whole life, and I embrace my difference as a strength. You know, so it's my armor actually. So it's like when I met somebody that I'm like, wait a minute, we click on every level. Like I'll meet somebody, we cool here, but not. We click on every level.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, that was something that was like not only mind blowing, but it kind of was like, I knew it was like spiritual. It was deeper
Yeah.
than the physical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, we connect on every level. That was crazy to
And
me.
even though relationships require work,
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah.
give and
for
take,
sure.
Every day.
For sure.
but it make it easier when you
So
guys are on the
easy,
same
yeah.
page. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We ain't got to argue and fight or bump heads, or you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be perfect.
No, it's definitely.
I respect it if you don't
Yeah.
like what I like, or you got a
Yeah.
different opinion, or you know, that's cool. I respect that.
Definitely.
And that's one thing that where a lot of people cause themselves a lot of trauma and trouble and grief is because they don't know how to accept.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
another of the things I had to learn is to accept people for
Yeah.
who they are,
yeah.
things for what they are,
Yeah.
places for what they are,
Right.
you for what you are.
Yeah.
You know,
And not
I'm not going it. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're not going into the relationship wanting to change the other person at all.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You know, you can grow together, embrace the flaws
Mhm.
and all.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
changes happen naturally.
Naturally. Yeah.
Absolutely, all the time. The expectation, I was gonna say, don't be attached to the expectation. You said something about attachments. A lot of times, it's human nature to have expectations. Sometimes they be even unreal expectations. And when we attach ourselves to expectations, we just made it worse for us. It's like
Yeah.
we walking in acceptance. It's like it get a lot better. It's easier and it's more natural.
Yeah.
You know.
Brother, do you know what that would do for your life if you can just learn not to expect shit?
Oh yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
it
I'm
ain't
saying?
easy.
Once I
Expectations,
learned how to
yeah.
do that, because especially with people,
Man.
mm,
Expectations lead to disappointment.
All the
you
time.
are going to
Yeah.
be setting yourself up for
For
failure
failure,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I used to get frustrated with them and myself. Like, I expect people to think like me. Like, it's logic, you know, like,
Right.
come on, man. Like, and then I'd be frustrated. I'd get mad. But I was like, you know what? I got to meet people where they at,
Yeah.
accept them for who they are, draw my own boundaries,
Yeah.
and then just go from there. But people just can't accept. I don't like how they look. I don't like the way they talk. I don't like what they doing. I don't like. I gotta be confrontational. I gotta say something. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? They was doing it before you. They gonna do it after you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We human though, because it's every day. You know, every day I aim to let go of all expectation, but every now and then I still find myself expecting. I had to have that mental self talk, like, you know what? I don't even know why I'm doing that. You know?
Well, it's just you got people who know better but don't show better,
Yeah.
and that's when I get disappointed because you know better.
You knew better.
Right.
You
You
knew better.
already
Right.
enlightened. You already
Right.
educated. You
Yeah.
already there, but you choose to, play Mickey Mouse roles. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Then they talk about that standard. Now we talking about people like you said, meet somebody where they at. But I think it's all about a standard. Like I want to keep a high standard for myself, so I do expect certain standards from other people. But when they show me different, it's like, okay, I accept it. They're
Right.
not where I thought or expected.
Like a lot of people, even since I've been home, they're like, man, why do you be in the hood? Why do you, be around, people, or, in the streets? And, the thing about it is, one of the people who always inspired me, no matter how you look at him, as the son of God, as a prophet, or whatever it may be, I was very inspired by the stories of Jesus.
For sure. Yeah.
And I know I'm not perfect and I'll never be Jesus. I'm not trying to be Jesus, but I want to be in the liking of Jesus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe that his humility, his humbleness, all the work he did,
Yeah.
he did it in the trenches.
Yeah.
Right.
He did it in the hoods and the ghettos with the sick and the blind and the poor and the hungry and the criminals and the predators. And you know what I'm
with
saying?
the
Like,
worst of
that's
the
where he
worst.
did his work, because people are like, well, damn, bro, like you made all these changes. You living good. Like you should be out there. I'm like, no, that ain't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I belong here. This is where the work is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
This is why I suffered, so that I can help others heal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had to learn how to heal.
Yeah.
and I had to learn how to suffer. And now I can come and I can guide you on that journey.
Right.
You know, I hold healing circles once a month. And I invite community members and just, you know, regular people.
Pull up one of these days,
Yeah.
man. We have to check that out.
Man, for
You're
sure,
doing
man. I would
great
love to
things.
have you guys
Yeah.
there.
Man, we need to pull up.
But people come in with real shit. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
we've got, you know, I mean, it's you know, it's a private circle, but I mean, even sharing stories of the shit, you know, sex abuse, domestic violence, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, you know, just all the abuse that we've endured, that we've seen, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And people can come to a neutral ground, a safe place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pour their hearts out, even get emotional, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And leave there feeling better though, you know what I'm saying? Feeling lighter.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times, like growing up in my era, I'm sorry, we weren't allowed to talk about or feel like
Yeah.
that wasn't masculinity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We weren't allowed to cry. We weren't allowed to
Right.
have feelings or express our feelings. Like their interpretation of a man was about brute strength and dominance and violence and control and all that shit. Like that's how I was raised to be a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one time I was having a conversation with some Nation of Islam brothers, and they was saying like, there's no way that a woman could raise a boy to be a man. And I said, well, the difference is my mother didn't raise me to be a good man. She raised me to be a good person. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
And that makes the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Definitely. Wow.
So it's been doing me good so far,
absolutely,
bro.
man.
You know
Look
what
at-
I
I
mean?
mean,
You're doing great, man.
It's amazing.
Thank you,
It's
thank
a
you,
whole
thank you,
vibe
thank you.
and
I
a half
appreciate it.
down here, man. Like
Yeah.
this is a big deal. Me coming from where we come from, man. Whoever watching, I know they know, like, you know, not only the inspiration, but just check in with yourself. You know, we always checking social media, checking
Yeah.
for something. We got to check in on ourselves, and you know, with that, you know, it's like you can make anything happen. Anything is possible.
Right.
And even on these platforms, like people are always seeking validation
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if they
Right.
don't get, you know, the likes or the loves or the hearts or
Yeah.
the comments or the, you know, all that, then they start to feel like they ain't worth
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
because they looking for validation from other people. No, man,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to validate yourself, man.
you got to
Yeah.
do that research. You got to do some soul searching.
Absolutely.
You got to do some inventory on yourself.
Yeah.
Because
That's so
change is
important.
possible.
Absolutely.
I never knew. I wasn't even prepared for it, bro. I
Yeah.
thought that what I was what I was always going to be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it started from reading books
Yeah.
that just
Yeah.
talk about the spirit. So I always had a connection, but I never knew anybody else that shared that same connection to the universe. I'm talking
Yeah.
about to animals. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a point in time I had more compassion for animals than I did humans. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
gosh, sounds
Like
very
I would shoot
familiar.
a person before I would shoot a dog or anything. You know what I mean? I feel bad for the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It
And,
sounds very
essence of
familiar.
purity.
And you know, when I was up north, you know, all them officers up there, they're all hunters. That all, oh yeah, I killed me a doe and this and that, and I'm like, you are savage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You killed God's animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like, how messed up am I that I shoot somebody in a minute? You know,
Right.
a person. And not value life like that.
Right.
Then, I mean, now I'm different, but I'm
Right.
saying then I was like, man, you got to be crazy.
Yeah, that's
Right.
crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's real. You know what I'm saying? And just, I think the essence of purity, man, is what we seeing. Like, you know, humans, we make a lot of mistakes. You know,
Yeah.
humans make a lot of bad decisions. But at the same time, humans also are perfect in their own right, just like animals are. Animals, we can only expect them to be whatever animal they are. They acting off of instinct. You know, humans not so much. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man.
Yeah.
But you know, you have the responsibility, you know what I'm saying, to take care of yourself, you know,
Yeah.
mental health,
Oh,
spiritual
so
health,
important, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I need to work on my physical health, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here built like a gallon of milk right now, you know what I'm saying?
We
I
all
just,
gotta
what can
stay
I
healthy.
say, man? I love food. I enjoy it, you know
wrong
what I'm
with it.
saying? It is what it is, but I got to get my spiritual ass up in that gym, you know what I'm saying?
It's a journey.
It is, for
whole
real. It's
journey.
going to be a hell of a
Yeah,
journey
sure.
now. I came on buff, cut. I felt good, strong.
Right.
Now I'm like, I cannot breathe. I go up the stairs. I'm like, yeah.
Right.
But I want to highlight this bag because this
Man,
bag
yeah,
is
talk
gold.
about it. Yes,
You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you, man. Thank
What
you.
what is this color?
Slide the
Does the
camera
color
out the
mean
way.
or represent anything? Like this lavender color? Because I was like, it pops with that gold and black on there.
Well, if you
Yeah.
understand branding, color branding itself, purple really is, it can signify spirituality, a
Yeah.
spiritual brand. So
Absolutely.
with every color that you put on, or see, there's energy behind it as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save this bag. This is a nice ass bag.
And you know what? That purple represent wealth in certain cultures over the world, man. Purple is one of the colors that represent wealth in many different countries and cultures.
Yeah.
So just tapping into that, we wanted to do that, and then we different. We SOULOLOGY.club, so that purple, like it's the color, like it's everything purple for me is relaxing, lilac, lavender. All these things represent wealth, and they represent relaxation. And for the most part, that's what SOULOLOGY about. SOULOLOGY.club. We all about wealth too, not just self-awareness. Wealth, self-awareness too.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. When you handed me that bag and I see what was in there, I felt a little bit more richer. You hear me? I
No,
felt
we,
a little
we,
richer.
we do have a money magnet candle,
Definitely.
so we're gonna give that to you.
I
too.
need that.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we need some money
Get
magnets
some of
over
the
here.
affirmation bracelets. Like we got to come back and get because we got some of the more products to showcase. The I am a money
Yeah.
magnet bracelets. Bringing that
Yeah.
wealth into your life. The money magnet. The affirmation candle.
So sometimes I do like kick it sessions where
Okay.
I'll have 3-4 people on here and we'll just talk about random things, just
Yeah.
catching up with things. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll be able to invite you guys the next couple of
Definitely.
months. You guys come back.
Definitely,
We'll have a
For
group
sure.
session,
For sure.
kick it.
Yeah.
Usually I do guy sessions, but I always like to have a female
yeah.
perspective. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where they can be like, oh hell no, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I like it to be a good time, but I like to have diversity. You know what I'm
you need a
saying?
divine feminine as well.
For sure, man. And listen, whenever you call us, we pulling up.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt.
My
Yeah,
God,
for
man.
sure.
I really
when
appreciate
it's been real
that,
as it
man.
been for us, man, we got to keep that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Yeah, man. And the Fantasma Market, they're about to get off, started, this
Yeah.
month. Also, July 7th, I'm going to be having an El Nino Podcast Summer Bash.
Okay.
And, I know you guys got your store now at 12 Oaks,
Yeah.
but if you guys can make it, I would love for you guys to vendor there.
Yeah,
you
definitely
guys
we'll
got,
be there.
yeah, you guys
Yeah.
got great merch. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you. We'll definitely
People,
be there.
always talk about it, love it, all that good stuff. So I would love to have you there. I want all exclusive vendors. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Yeah.
And
We'll
you guys are
definitely be there.
definitely exclusive.
Thank you, man.
I think
Thank
even
you.
though we do have a store in 12 Oaks, we don't want to, shy away from being vendors at various events as well. It's something that, we started
That's
off
what we
with.
started at. Yeah, we still
You know,
with the
and
people.
This
We
is what
still-
makes
Yeah.
us.
This is what make us. This is what got us where we at
Yeah.
right now.
Yes,
In the
yes,
mall.
I
like,
love that.
We trying.
That's
it's-
what I'm talking
We
about.
building a team, and then the relationships. The relationship with the
yeah, the
people so
relationships,
important,
yeah.
man. Like SOULOLOGY.club wouldn't be what it is without the people,
Mm.
because we all about building that self-awareness, that good energy, them high vibes wherever we go. We want to leave an imprint. One of my whole things is to have a SOULOLOGY.club in every major city across the country, maybe even
And
in other countries. Australia, yeah, and we got some coming too overseas with it. We trying to go worldwide for real, because the world in need of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way this SOULOLOGY.club, that's the imprint we trying to leave on the world, pushing self-awareness and good energy everywhere.
Yeah.
It was crazy because when you guys pulled up, like you guys had this very welcoming energy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's dope.
Yeah,
But
for
I
sure.
felt like you were welcoming me into your home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm trying to out welcome you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you guys, come on in. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
But I'm
You
like,
know,
damn, I'm feeling welcome. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Oh, it's always a
Appreciate
vibe
it,
with
man.
us.
It's
Yes,
always a
yes,
vibe.
for
Always a
sure.
good
I
And
love
that
it.
pizza
Yeah.
was fire.
Yeah.
Man,
We up on something
BJ's
tonight.
Brew House. I always get the California Tavern Cut, extra chicken, extra avocado.
That was
You
fire.
guys got to try it out, man. It's fire. It ain't like your average regular pizza.
another
And
one.
every Monday, pizzas are half off at BJ's Brew House. They should be cutting me a check for all this damn promoting I'm doing.
Right.
I'm sorry, my bad. But it's fire though,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
kind of exclusive. So I always like to have my guests. You know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to treat good hospitality. All that
Perfect.
good
Definitely
stuff.
Thank
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Definitely respect it.
But
man.
my studio is like a reflection of who I am.
Man,
Like
I see
it's
it.
very
All the-
detailed. Like
Love
if you
it.
look at the
Love it,
pictures, and
man.
what I wanted to do is I wanted to start pulling out like photo albums, so when people
Yeah.
are here, they can look, because the whole concept of my podcast is around storytelling. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And pictures tell a story of who you are,
Definitely.
where you're
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
what you've been through, who were you with. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And like when I was in prison, that's what I would turn to when
Man,
I
them
felt
pictures is
depressed or I was sad.
everything.
Like it was my world outside of the world I
Yeah.
lived in. I used to tell people like, send me pictures, bro. Like let me live life through your eyes for a
Right.
minute.
Yeah.
Let me see life through your eyes. And it was like them pictures just meant everything. But so a lot of the COs when they come in and shake down, they would get focused on my photo albums. They'll be
Right.
sitting there for a whole hour, just because they tell a story. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And I just thought that would be something that I wanted to add. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for sure,
saying? Just to
definitely.
personalize it a
It's
little
definitely
more.
welcoming up in here though, man. Like this is something like I never seen before, man. I like all the
Gave it a
colors
facelift.
popping,
Shout
man.
out to my boy Richie Blanco. He came in here,
Man.
hooked it
beautiful,
up.
yeah.
Dope, man.
You
Like,
know?
we need to get like a rug like that or something. We gotta connect.
Yeah.
Man,
How
listen,
you-
man. Everybody see this and they like, damn, that's cold. Man, I ordered this on Amazon for $70, bro. $70
Send us a
from
link.
Amazon.
We need the
Amazon
link.
cut me a check. I'm over here promoting shit.
Let us get that link. We gotta
Cut us
get
a
one
check
of
at
them.
the El Nino podcast, Legal Aliens podcast. We need some money.
Man.
Bring that money thing.
Yeah.
Because every time I promote, they got to
Yeah.
come sprinkle
for
me.
sure.
Yeah.
No, but it's dope though.
It
And
is,
it makes
it
like
is.
a huge impact.
Yeah.
When people see it, it's
Yeah.
like, damn, that's dope. They think I paid a lot of money for it. I'm
It look
like,
expensive.
balling on the budget, baby.
For sure. It definitely look expensive.
Yeah.
Quality too.
And that's what I love. Even when I was in my cells, bro, when I had a cell, like I would decorate the cell for Christmas. I would
Yeah.
take all my Christmas cards. And you know how kids, they teach you how to make them little chains out of construction paper.
Right, yeah.
Little man, I swear to God.
Origami.
Huh?
What is it
Yeah.
called? Origami or
Origami?
something. Yeah.
I would have my whole cell decked out like that, and people
That's
are like,
nice.
"What the fuck? Like you're just too happy up here in prison." You know what I mean? It's because I found my peace, baby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
For sure.
I ain't let them kill my spirit, bro.
Yeah.
Can't never let them kill a vibe.
Yeah.
Never.
It's always good vibes with you,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Definitely.
kept asking him, I really want to go on that podcast,
Yeah.
because you mentioned it was like the past markets again,
Yeah.
and I always felt that good energy with you,
Yeah.
so
We said the same.
Yeah.
I think that location where we met you is like we'd have been there 4 or 5 times.
about 4, yeah.
That's probably the number one.
our favorite.
That's our favorite. Like all
Yeah.
the vendor spots we didn't been to, I don't think we've been to no place that many times.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, that place was created for the community. It was
Right.
created for people.
For sure.
You know, we got a meditation room there.
Okay.
We hold healing circles there.
Oh, wow.
Right.
We smudge there.
Right.
So of course you guys felt like you were at home. Of
Yeah.
course you guys were
Right,
comfortable
for
because
sure.
you in tune with the medicine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Okay, that's
that
what-
place was
Right.
created
About,
for
yeah.
us to
Right.
replenish your spirit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It feel like that. Too.
So when you go in there, that's why you feel like that,
Right.
you know.
Wow.
And the work that we do, like everybody who works there, I tell people when I do job interviews with people, I'm like, listen, if you here for a paycheck, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have passion for people, for the community. You have to want to help. You have to have a good heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Your heart has to lead your work.
Yeah.
Because if you just here for the money, it's not gonna work out because you have to care about your people. You have to care about your
Yeah.
community and their needs. You know what I
Right.
mean? And a lot of times that work, it triggers a lot of trauma, bro. I've been through hell, even
Yeah.
through childhood. I went through
Yeah.
so much shit by the time I was 10 years old. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? I'm
for
like,
real.
damn.
No, I get it.
And a lot of times when you're dealing with people and hearing them, it's like, we heal together.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know?
sure.
It's an energy exchange as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Same thing
So,
with the words.
yes.
There's energy in the
That's
words. You
correct.
know what I'm saying?
So-
As we talk, we discuss,
Yeah.
we're exchanging power.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Energy in the relationships, man. That's why I gotta say it again. Like building relationships with the right people, man.
Yeah.
Like you can have a vision all by yourself, but to be able to share that vision with the world, I believe you still got to have relationships with the right people.
That is what it's meant for, though. That's why
Right.
there's so much poor leadership, because people have knowledge and they don't share
They
it.
don't share
They
it,
hold
man.
it. They keep it. They want to be the only one with it. Everything that I
Yeah.
learned, all my suffering, all the lessons, it is for distribution.
Right.
You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? God works to people through people. You know what I
Right.
mean? I went through this shit not for nothing, but to
Exactly.
come and break bread with you, break bread of knowledge
Right.
with you.
And I gotta say that, man. I gotta say this. Like I hear, like I do not hoard no information. Like I see it all the time. I believe in the law of compensation. You know, the more you give, the more you get. But I keep seeing people this cultural thing, like oh, the sauce and this and that. Like man, ain't nothing new that's been done, ain't been done under the sun already. It's like, you know, especially for the younger generation, like they got the sauce because seeing it, the world through their eyes creatively. I believe the older people, we got the foundation, so we got experience in what's tried and true. We have to share this information to tell the younger people, like, this will work for me. But they can enlighten you in ways that you wouldn't believe just listening, because the way they think is different. They coming up in a different world. The world turning every day. So it's like when people get to, I ain't, like, why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you get this way? Why wouldn't you advise somebody, make suggestions that you know can help benefit somebody, especially if you see them going in the direction that you've been down yourself? Why wouldn't you want to make that better? Why keep it to yourself? It's like you can't live out of purpose like that.
Yeah.
You can't really help like that.
And you know, I reached that point because when I was younger, like, I didn't ask questions because I felt like if I ask questions, I'm revealing a weakness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, men, we're
Yeah.
taught that, you know, you feel like, oh man, if I raise my hand and ask and reveal that I don't know, that means I'm not smart. You know what I'm saying?
Like we supposed to know everything already.
Yeah, I feel because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And then later on in life, as I matured, I said, how stupid is that to not ask questions? Why would you not ask a question if you want the answer? You know what I mean?
Right.
I said, I keep myself stupid by these dumbass things that I was raised with and to keep you dumb. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like the first one. What does this mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Man,
How does
that's
it
me
go?
all day.
And I'm like, I ask questions so I can learn. And the more that I learn, the more I can teach.
Absolutely.
great.
You know
Bingo.
what I mean?
That's the key right there, the learning more. I'm super inquisitive naturally. Like,
Kids.
I ask so many questions
Yeah.
to the point people probably get tired of me, but I don't care. I want to know. Like, and
Right.
then I rather save face for myself. Like, let me stop assuming and thinking so much. Let me just ask.
Right.
You know what I'm
And-
saying? That's
and-
how I learn.
Yeah, and it also doesn't pay off being the most intelligent person in the room all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
if
wanna be
you're
the-
that, that means you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to always be like the dumbest person in the room. Let me go
Not the
around.
dumbest, but just
Straight up.
being
I
willing
mean,
to learn.
and I'm talking about getting in the arena with like geniuses,
Yeah.
though. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I know I'm a creative, but I'm trying to go somewhere where I can learn, where I
Yeah.
can grow. You get what I'm saying?
All
Yeah.
you have to do is enter a room with an open mind, bro.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I was in a meeting today about policy change. So I initiated a mission to try to change some of the policies for child support. You know what I'm saying? Because
amazing.
child support really impacts a lot of people's lives. A lot of people are stagnant. A lot of people are not able to grow or move forward. They
Right.
can't purchase houses. They can't, there's a lot of things that they can't do. And also when I wanted to implicate it as part of the policy and procedure during intake when people go to prison, because it's a lot of people who go to prison and got all kinds of child support debt, and then they go do 5 and 10 years and they never write to court and send them a proof of incarceration, so they quit charging them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you done did 10, 15 years, come home, and now your debt is over the roof. Now you coming home trying to get a job. You know what I'm saying?
hard,
and you
man.
say that you want to build, systems in place to deter people from recidivism. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm jumping out and I don't even got a chance, especially the expense of life today, everything is so expensive. You got to have a
Man.
job, a
So
hustle,
expensive,
2 jobs,
yeah.
or 2
Man.
hustles. You know what I'm saying? It's never enough. Money comes in one hand and out the
Yeah.
other. But if I said, instead of spending millions and millions of dollars on all these programs and all that stuff, like, why don't you just forgive people for millions and millions of dollars of child support debt
Absolutely.
and give people a fresh start? If you want to get people back to work, give them a fresh start, just like the expungement fair they're giving people.
Yeah.
Let them utilize that.
Student
You know what
loan
I'm
debt.
saying? Student loan, like,
Yeah.
give people a fresh start, because everybody wasn't taught the responsibility of
Yeah.
money management or credit card management and all that type of
Especially
stuff.
when they print that money like that every day.
Yeah.
They print so much money, like they can forgive some things. I understand inflation and how the economy got to work and ups and downs, the GDP, but at the end of the day, all could be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody need a fresh start. Everybody need a second chance.
Yeah, I mean, bro, look what a second chance did for me.
Man.
I easily
What?
could have been in prison for life. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And it, God had other plans for me, and
sure.
and
To
that's
serve your
why.
purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I was just about to say. I
Yeah.
make sure every day I'm fulfilling that purpose, you
yeah.
know. And I get phone calls every day, every other day. I got homeboys; they're doing life in prison.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a friendly reminder to me. I got purpose out here. I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So important.
And everything that come with that.
Yeah, everything that come with that.
Yeah,
Sure.
no doubt about it, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
listen, man, let the people know, man, where they can find you, all your platforms, your stores, your pop-ups, your everything.
Well, you know, first and foremost, Blended by RELL. Y'all can catch me on Blended by RELL because I am a barber. I'm a barber, and this is one of my passions. But SOULOLOGY.club, we got a physical store now for y'all, 12 Oaks Mall. Y'all can always hit up the website, SOULOLOGY.club. IG at SOULOLOGY.club, TikTok at SOULOLOGY.club, Facebook at SOULOLOGY.club. We come with that YouTube channel soon. Tap in and stay tuned, man. We got something for y'all. We got something for everybody.
Yeah.
And they've been the first time that they've been on a podcast, and they on the El Nino podcast, baby.
Yeah.
We keep it exclusive over here. They came in with an awesome,
man.
a whole bomb
It's
of a
going
positive
up.
vibe. You hear me?
What? That's what we got to do, man. Leaving a trail of positive vibes everywhere
Yeah.
these feet land, man.
You got any closing words?
Not really. You know, I just
No,
wanna
you got
say,
a positive quote.
V Hendrix, huh? V Hendrix ain't got.
I think, you know, essentially at the end of the day, you know, for us, it's about good relationships, good vibes, good energy. Just, you know, keep manifesting, you know, keep doing positive things, you know, keep inspiring, keep being inspired. That's so important as well, you know, and just live a good life, you know.
RELL, V, thank you. You guys were awesome guests.
Thank
I
you
mean,
for
the
having
conversation was dope. The room is full of good, positive energy. I feel good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For your
Likewise.
guys' growth and,
Thank
you know,
you.
being at the mall now. And then summertime's coming, so we're going to have mad events. I'm going to see
Yes,
you guys.
yes.
July
Definitely.
7th for the El Nino Podcast Summer Bash is coming up. I'm looking for artists that want to perform. I'm looking for vendors, exclusive vendors that want to come and support as well. And you'll definitely see RELL and V there, you know, with the merch, with the candles, with all come smudge your head real quick, you know what I mean? But shout out,
Manifesting the Detroit
Yeah.
merch.
oh yeah, that's the new, that's the
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Manifested in Detroit.
Yeah, we definitely gonna need some of that. That is
Yes.
dope. That's what's crazy is that I seen a guy the other day. He had a little word on his sweater, but it looks so sweet. I'm like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, got a whole shirt, just got one thing, but it looks cold as hell.
Yeah.
And that's why when I seen that, and then what it said, manifested in Detroit, I'm like, dog, that's
Yeah.
hard. And that all started with
Yes.
the thought, with
Everything.
the idea, and it
Yeah.
manifested itself.
And it's real, man.
Right here on the El
Manifested in
Nino
Detroit.
podcast, you
Yes.
know?
Facts.
So shout out to LA Landscaping. Get with my brother Zoe. Go ahead and Google LA Landscaping. He's a professional. He'll take care of you. Shout out to LNR Booth, Family for Life Promotions. And shout out to my man Dominic Ovando with the Pressure Apparel. Show some love to him. We went to a pop-up event at the Rollercade yesterday over there on Schaefer. Thank you for the invite, J-Mo from Motivated. Go shop with him. He got some cold gear for you, man. But much love to you guys. I need everybody to share, to subscribe, and share and subscribe some more, man.
Follow SOULOLOGY.club.
There it is. Much love to y'all, man. See you guys next Monday. Stay tuned.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
No doubt. It's a pleasure.
That was so